Okay, in this video, Carlota Ciganda from Spain. Amazing player, great competitor, a little different golf swing. We'll see some little Jim Furyk in there, to be honest. Not as wild as Jim Furyk, but certainly not classical. Just a quick reminder, if it is your first time to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and please hit the like button as well. The like really helps the YouTube algorithm for the channel to grow. So thank you so much for that. So starting out here with the driver, great setup, looks very classical, like a lot of players on tour. But as the club goes back, we'll see from this angle, and especially from the front, the backswing looks very different. And she does a lot of her work on the downswing. As the club goes back, it goes back right on the plane to begin with. But if you notice, her body is not moving at all. The hips are barely moving, the shoulders aren't moving. A very armsy takeaway, and you'll see from the front view, very little wrist hinge as she goes up. So just picking the club straight up on plane okay, and then above the plane, straight up in the air with no hinge. Not as wild as a Furyk, who has, much more of the sort of this movement where the club's way up and around, but the same in terms of lack of turn, doing all the work on the downswing. So up it goes, and now in the transition you can see she starts to use the athleticism, the flexibility to sit down and start moving. Very, very flexible human being. She can move in terms of getting her hips cleared beautifully on the way down and shallow that club out with that sitting motion, and you can really see the club getting into the plane, or on plane rather, as it comes down. Also, take a look at this perfect left wrist position. Club beautifully inside out and up for the driver. Great release, an amazing, like I said, finish. You'll see from both angles. From the face-on view, you can see good spine angle. And once again, here goes that club up into the air. Very little hip turn, if any. A little shoulder turn. And both arms breaking down. So a lot of my students would say, hey, look at that. My arms are breaking down on my video. Should I fix it? Well, maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. Certainly for Carlota, when she gets the club up to the top, left arm bent, wrists not hinged at all. Not a classical position, but now she gets ready to do all of her work. So now the athlete comes out, sitting down and rotating. And now look, perfectly straight left arm, perfect 90-degree lag angle. And now she's in great position coming down. So you never expect that position from where she was going up. And now she looks amazing halfway down, clearing out, hips rotating. And there's that amazing position right there. Hands forward, left wrist flat. Beautiful impact position. From here we'll see a bit of a unique move where she's so open and able to rotate so far. Granted, part of that is dragging that toe along, but wow, does she get through it? Like Jimenez a little bit, and certainly totally cleared like Furyk gets. But once again, a little interesting quirks to this golf swing, but wow, what a competitor. Okay, and in this clip here, a little wedge shot to the green. We can see sort of a Sergio look there with the knees flexed down. There's that picking up of the club to the top. Great angles. Left wrist flat, face will be square there, and then it comes down along the plane. And she's really staying down in posture with this wedge to get that club back closer to where it needs to at impact. And with this position here, you can see how she sort of held it off to keep that face under control, to get those wedge shots dialed in. If you happen to be a player who is really flexible, it just goes to show you, I guess you wouldn't have to make a big turn on the backswing. You can pick it up, and then as long as you can create angles and rotate on the downswing, you can play great golf. However, most of us just can't move that well like these amazing players do, and we're better off making a better turn on the backswing to create a move where it's more of an action-reaction, turning back and turning through. It's just hard for most players to create speed and force by just picking the club up and then sitting and churning. She can do it, but most people cannot. Okay, well, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks again for watching. And once again, if it is your first time to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And if you would, please hit that like button as well. And we'll see you in the next video.